This is the latest about space weather. We have another solar storm warning as a big flare is to spark blackouts on Earth. Geomagnetic forecast. Geomagnetic unrest possible tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday as a series of CMEs delivers glancing blows to Earth's magnetic field. 2 of the CMEs were hurled into space by M-class flares from departing sunspot 2929. A third CME just left the sunspot 2933. None of the storm clouds will land a direct hit, thank goodness, but their combined effort and effect could spark minor G1 class geomagnetic storms. So solar storms, we're heading into Earth's threatening blackouts as their fears of the big flares could wreak havoc. And we know we're now leaving the solar minimum, heading into solar maximum. We're going to have a lot more solar flares coming at us. It seems that we have an episode every week. The sun is catapulting fast solar winds from the outermost part of its atmosphere. They've raised the threat of solar storms striking Earth. The biggest storm coming is the result of a coronal mass ejection, CMEs, big bubbles of plasma shot from the sun, and these contain billions of tons of fast-moving solar particles as well as magnetic fields that binds them. So, according to space weather, we have 2 CMEs poised to deliver glancing blows at Earth's magnetic field tomorrow, that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Dr. Tamitha Skov, space weather physicist, warned that fast solar winds, bumping and warning of a G2 level solar storm heading to Earth strike zone. As you said, we're in the middle of that fast solar wind from coronal hole that's rotated in towards Earth strike zone. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. These are not the only CMEs on their way. The third CME is also on its way, posing the threat of a G1 level storm. Dr. Skov said the solar minimum, the storm that could be glancing blow around the 20th. She added, we're going to be continuing to feel the effects of this over the couple of days. And Space Weather Big Flare Update said that powerful solar flare erupted out the sun today. Dr. Skov warned that the higher altitudes will have a 50% chance of major storm. She said the big flare and radio blackouts are a slight risk now. Space weather ranks solar storms a scale of G1 as minor, the least intense, all the way up to G5 being extreme. But even the weakest of storms threatens power grid fluctuations and have minor impact on satellite operations. At the stronger end of the scale, it's where it starts to get more dangerous. When CMEs collide with Earth's magnetosphere, all of that extra radiation can damage the satellites we use for communication and navigation, and it can disrupt power grids that provide our electricity. Now let's go to space weather to see exactly where those sunspots are. Okay, so here we have it. Sunspot 2930, 2929, 2933. The M-class flares departing from 2929. Solar flare is in the explosion, as we said, from the sun that happens when energy stored in twisted magnetic fields is suddenly released. Flares producing a burst of radiation across the electromagnetic spectrum, from radio waves to X-rays and gamma rays. Scientists classify the solar flares according to their X-ray brightness in the wavelength ranging from 1 to 8 angstroms, and there are 3 categories. The X flares, big, they're major events that can trigger planet-wide radio blackouts and long-lasting radiation storms. M-class flares are medium-sized and they can cause brief radio blackouts that affect Earth's polar regions. Minor radiation storms sometimes follow M-class flares. Compared to the M-class event and M-class events, C-class flares are small with fewer noticeable consequences on Earth. Okay, so this is the two of the CMEs hurled into space by M-class flares. The third one is 2933 right here. None of the storm clouds will land a direct hit, but combined effect could spark minor G1 geomagnetic storms. Okay, this is it right here. The emerging cloud is just outside of Earth's strike zone. It's expected to miss our planet, although a glancing blow, 23rd and 24th, that Saturday and Sunday, has not yet been ruled out. This is it right here. Right there, okay. Of greatest interest is the radiation storm. A flare accelerated a blizzard of energetic particles towards Earth. These are the high energy protons striking SOHO's digital camera. You can see here the same particles also peppered Earth, and the blizzard of particles is what we call the radiation storm. The radiation storm was relatively minor. No satellites were harmed. However, many of the particles were funneled into Earth's polar regions by our planet's magnetic field, causing a sustained shortwave radio blackout around the Arctic and especially the Antarctic circles. And let's go see the effect on this on the NOAA blackout map. There we go. This is, of course, being high, especially in Antarctica, as I said right here, and in the Arctic, right there. Okay. This is the frequency. Arctic and Antarctic, especially Antarctic, is what was hit. And we also have auroras. Okay, Europe, North America. There we go. The aurora forecast. And we can also see the map for New Zealand, right there. Antarctica, Europe. Okay. There you go. So we have 3 solar flares coming at us from tomorrow up to Sunday. And all of you who are in areas where you can see the northern lights, good luck, and I hope you do see them. I've seen them once in my lifetime. By accident, I wasn't watching, but they're beautiful. So this is on Express UK and also Space Weather. I'll leave links below for you for this. Thank you for your support, and please leave your comments. Thank you.